Hello, everyone. I'm Alexandrine Pi, and we're going to talk about the top games of 2017. We had awesome games, we had disappointing games, but I will be giving you my top 10 along with special, real deep commentary from my friend, not actually Hugo,
I'm here.
and you're
Yeah,
not,
that's about it.
and he's not Hugo. This is mainly my list, so I don't know what Hugo's list is, but after judging it for about like I don't know what time is an hour maybe, we decided this is the best list we can come up with. Quick note: me and not actually Hugo are Xbox and PC heads, so please, for those PlayStation plebs out there, don't get very mad if the game exclusive on PlayStation gets low on the list compared to an
Just
Xbox.
release your games for the Xbox,
I
and
know,
then everyone will be happy.
I know, and or even better, you can Xbox, so you have both consoles, so you get both exclusives, but you'll probably play the Xbox more because it's just better. So without further ado, we have to pay some respects first, and by respects I mean we have to say rest in peace to No Man's Sky, Mass Effect Andromeda, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. And more importantly, the game that was probably better than all of these games, Club Penguin, died this year. That's a heavy loss. That's a heavy loss.
I really wish it had gotten a sequel.
I really just want a sequel.
It joins the list of games that have passed on towards generations, and yet it remains unknown, lost to the future. It is very unfortunate, and I would like to propose a moment of silence for Club Penguin.
Just Club Penguin, not the games listed here. No, just Club Penguin.
Club Penguin is more important.
Yeah, an objectively better game.
I think its story was better than better than number one on the rest in peace section.
Oh my god. But these games.
Story so deep, many people can't remember it.
But these games were either terrible on launch or straight up terrible. Another game that I'm going to propose that I didn't get a picture of is The Verge. That's the baby of Dark Souls and Bloodborne had together that broke its legs as soon as it tried to walk. It was terrible and an abomination that I'm glad I don't have a picture of, actually. No Man's Sky, there was nothing to do except mine planets. Um, yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda, it just could not live up to the height. And eventually, like all Tom Clancy games, you want to move on to something better. But without further
Except
ado,
Rainbow Six Siege.
except Rainbow Six
Oddly
Siege,
enough, that
it's
game survived for a long time.
longer than it
Someone
should
please
have.
end its pain.
Longer than it should have. I love the heck out of Rainbow Six Siege, but as soon as I left for a month and two DLCs out of nowhere pop up, I'm like, I can't play this game anymore. But without further ado, number 10. That's gonna get. Yeah, before we start, some of you are gonna get really angry. And I'm gonna enjoy your salt, especially with number 10. Number 10 goes to Horizon Zero Dawn. Come on, PlayStation nerds. Come and get me. Fight me. You can't fight me. I live on the
Maybe if you
internet.
released your games on Xbox, then people would actually play them.
Come on, fight me. You can't, because I'm on the internet. Ha! Horizon Zero Dawn with my limited gameplay because it's on a freaking PlayStation. It's a beautiful open game where robot dinosaurs fight this beautiful young lady, who also rides robotic dinosaurs as she finds the quest to look for her past. And that's about it. It's just a beautiful game. I'm not gonna lie. And it's on PlayStation, so I mean, it already lost a crap ton of points because I didn't play all of it. Moving on to number 9. The Evil Within 2. As a person that's new to the Evil Within series, this was probably a poor place to start, but it kept me intrigued enough long enough that I didn't really care about the lore. It made me cry a couple times as you're a father looking for his daughter trapped in a simulator, much like the Matrix, but worse. Instead of robots, you face computer generated monsters that only get worse and worse and worse. But a beautiful game, a bit chunky gameplay wise here and there, but a lot of gripping story, beautiful game. I would highly recommend. I would actually encourage people to buy this game, which I'm about to do now. Hey Hugo.
I don't have money. If I had money, I'd do it. So give me money.
Get me more subscribers. This is how this works. I'm only bringing you for the views, man.
We
Get...
both know that I have the charisma of a small donkey. Just kidding. I have the charisma of a ugly, huge donkey. Small donkeys are adorable.
But overall, a good game. Just there's so many other games that are better than it. Like number 8, Pokemon's Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Why is this even on here?
Who let it out? Who let it out? Someone take it out.
It,
Take it out.
it must have been me when I was drinking too much ginger beer. And again, it's not beer. It's just a very lovely drink that's called beer. Yeah, I probably had too much ginger beer that day. But Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon, and I'm making myself pretty proud. This is the second Pokemon franchise game I've been locked out of. So I'm pretty happy. I did not play Sun and Moon, but the only reason why I have Hugo here is to comment on another game and this one. How'd you like Sun and Moon, my friend?
The story was very good, and I liked it well. Unfortunately, this one is just Power Rangers. Robots in disguise.
Ah,
I'm not mixing anything up. I
they
don't know what you're
literally
talking about.
got robo attachments and now they call them new legendaries. That's literally it. Unless there's
Yo, guys,
some
check it out. It's me, but better.
unless there's this star thing I'm looking at that looks like a hidden Pokemon thing that I'm missing, and that there's some real deep lore in the Pokemon universe that everyone obviously reads between,
I actually
dogfighting and
know who that is, so don't try me.
Okay, do you pay more attention to the rabid dog fights of making your slave animal fight for your amusement, or the deep lore? The grinding of Pokemon, Scott, or the lore?
Um, Abusing animals is what I do every day, okay? I don't even need to pay attention to fully understand what's going on, alright? I already know about that.
But the only reason why it's on my number 8, and not necessarily that it's better than Horizon Dawn or Evil Within 2, is because I love Pokemon, and Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon probably was a good game that I never got to play. And anyway, I think Pokemon X was a better game than any Pokemon game ever created. But because I love Pokemon, and I've seen very limited gameplay of it, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon kind of held a special part in my heart. Special hate. Special part in my heart of where only Papa Nintendo could fill. And it filled it with not this game, with another one that would be higher on the list that people are going to get more upset with. But Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Copy and paste. Number 7. A game that I play a little too much. Total War Warhammer 2. Hey, Hugo. Guess what? Guess what? Hugo. Guess what?
What?
You should buy this game. It's so good.
Oh, I should?
Yeah, you should.
Such a surprise. I wasn't expecting that at all.
No,
Uh,
I'm really gonna say this to every game you don't have that I could play with you. You need to get this game. But Total War Warhammer 2 is the best Total War CA Sega game, as in all of those three working together, not separately. Even though Sega had some pretty bad games. Sonic. But back to the main topic point here.
okay, The original Sonics were good.
Shut up.
The
We're
new
not
ones are
going
just a
there. We're
disgrace.
not going there.
Oh, I'm going there. I've already
No.
gone there.
We'll go there when we get to Nintendo. We already passed the first one that we really don't care about. Wait till we get to real Nintendo, then you can start arguing with me there. All right? That's this. There's a save space on the script I obviously wrote for you. All of this. We have a time space for that. Warhammer 2 is such a good game. Unlike the fault of Warhammer 1, Warhammer 2 has many. Oh, since it only has four factions, it's really not hard to make each four factions unique. The High Elves, Dark Elves, Lizardmen, and the Skaven. If you looked on the past couple of weeks, maybe of my channel, that's all I've been really pushing and focusing on because it's such a beautiful game. Each faction is unique. Unlike the crippling depression of the vampires and Empire in Warhammer 1, each faction can actually hold its own in competitive multiplayer, some better than others, but that's just on the user. The story, the campaign for the Vortex actually makes sense, and how you try to collect these special items across the map to gain control of the Vortex. And if you're good, like the High Elf, you want to make sure the Vortex stays alive. But if you're like the
Yo,
Dark Elves,
man. I'm an elf and I'm pretty high right now. Cut that out.
as a stop it. You're the one who let the cat out of the bag, man. This is on you for that one. But if you're the Dark Elves, you want to weaken the vortex, allowing chaos to flood the mortal plane. CA also tried to appease many of its former fans that they had lost along the way, with giving a free DLC to those who owned previously Warhammer 1, The Mortal Empires, which allows you to play both Warhammer 1 and 2 on the same map, the largest Total War map ever created. They've also appeased many of us by if you pay $70 to pre-order the game, you get a free DLC for the last game. Hey! But Warhammer 2 is just a beautiful game, the best Total War game by far. And as of today, as of January 19th, as I continue to date my videos ever further, they released a new DLC coming in January 23rd, coming at words. Coming January 23rd, the Tomb Kings, which is going to be really hyped for because it adds another faction which is super unique compared to anything else they've released in this game. Buy the game, especially you, Hugo.
Is
I
it
need.
zombies?
Yeah, but imagine Egyptian zombies. Don't think of the undead vampires in Warhammer 1, just undead Egyptian zombies.
Oh, wow. Undead Egyptians. Ooh, we got some spooky mummies.
They have giant scorpions and a giant titan. Yeah,
Okay, now that's actually somewhat impressive.
a giant titan undead titan that shoots lasers because you think Egyptians, you think of lasers. Am I wrong?
Little known fact, the Egyptians, the ancient Egyptians, mind you, were the first ones to invent laser technology.
Yep. But that's enough of this game. Let's move on to number 6. Near Automata. And again, it's another PlayStation game that I got to beat. So, I'm kind of satisfied with it. But as you take part of this robot fested apocalypse, if you will, because no one else but you and robots. You fight your way, boss after boss, wave after wave of enemies. You can even go into a pilot fighter mode and survive that as you transfer to the next few stages. It's a fun, all around, beautiful game. Some of the bosses are very memorable. The only one that I really remember was the final boss. That's the only boss that really gets me in trouble anyway. Um, the story is gripping, pretty emotional actually, and the main character, the main protag girl here, as you see, don't go too deep on your internet to find pictures of her. You'll be disappointed. In humanity, not her.
Or intrigued.
Or
Really
intrigued,
depends on your outlook in
yeah.
life.
But don't you're not going to be disappointed in her. You're just going to be disappointed in the internet. That's it. But then again, that's what Overwatch is. Don't go too far deep in the internet. But it's a fun all-around game, a shooter, a third-person fighter. It's just a beautiful game. and it's not as many people will want you to believe. It is not the sequel to Bloodborne and Dark Souls. It's not. It's just not. It's not that hard. That's the only real fault of this game. It's not really hard. But another thing that lacks up is the speed. You can speedrun this game. Which, if you can speedrun a game, if that's the option, I'm in 100%. Near Automata 6. Because it's just a good, old fashioned game. Number 5. Why is your show low on the list? You're supposed to be the game of the PUBG is number 5 because graphics. Um, but if you can get past, running it low just to make sure you can run 60 frames a second, if 60 frames, 50 frames a second pop up on your little thing on the side there. PUBG is a great, fun game to play with your friends. If you get spooked really easily, highly recommend playing with friends. But all around, fun game, unique weapons, and it fits everyone's playstyles. If you're one of these sneaky types and you don't want to draw attention onto yourself, you don't have to kill people until the last round. Then you have to kill someone eventually. But to get in the top 20, as many people complain about it, you don't have to kill people. You can survive pretty easily. Eventually, you have to kill. But surviving, going building to building, finding cars, and making sure you don't run out of gas, making sure you stay away from trouble, or one of those people that love the heat of danger, go ahead. Go right ahead. But PUBG makes number 5 because there's so much more potential this game is coming out with. Um, spent a long time in beta, but the more this game continues to pump in, it will definitely be on my list for 2018 of games I continue to come back to. And again, that Scott needs to buy because reasons. Buy it, Scott.
Actually, my brother recently acquired the Xbox version of this game. Surprisingly, the graphics are still terrible in order to not even make 60 frames per second.
That's why you need the Xbox One S unless you have it already. You're gonna need two
I
X.
don't, but it's actually just a game preview thing.
Nah.
So don't worry, it'll get better, I hope, sooner or later, maybe tomorrow, who knows.
The only downfall of this game is that even with the beast of a computer or PC you have, you won't be able to fully enjoy the graphics of looking at your AK-47 or that Beretta pistol.
It's the AK.
Sorry, AKM. My bad. Sorry. Someone's gonna cry. Or that Beretta he has in his hand. Did I get that one right? Is that a Beretta? Yes, it actually is. Yes, Beretta. Cool.
Actually, is it?
I think it is.
I don't know my Italian weaponry, okay?
Got that Carcano and Beretta. Um, PUBG, good fun game. Just optimize your games. It'll be a lot better. Number 4, Niho. Now, Scott. I mean, not Hugo.
What? Do you want me to buy the game?
No, no. Yes, but that's not my question this time. How would you feel about a game that Bloodborne and Dark Souls had together? Not The Verge, because that's an abomination.
Well, given that
But
Bloodborne and Dark Souls are different yet similar, it'd be pretty interesting yet somewhat, some might say, expected.
but the only unique thing about this game that separates it from its predecessors, it takes place in freaking Japan, and who doesn't love Japan? Except maybe like North
People who
Korea.
don't love Japan.
North Korea, that's about it. That list is very small, okay? Japan's awesome. Not because they bring me my anime and manga and sushi. Just they're just awesome. But this game has fun, and those looking for a still stalling for Bloodborne 2 or Dark Souls 4, Neo is a good medium. As a person that has played a good chunk of this game, even though it's just on PlayStation, I find the difficulty in between Bloodborne and Dark Souls. Bloodborne is harder than Dark Souls, by the way. It's fun. You get this very same system of upping your dex and health and strength and stuff like that. in the Dark Souls and Bloodborne series, but it takes place in Japan, and who doesn't love that? The bosses are difficult and challenging enough, but the real thing that it sells here, Dark. It's better than Verge. That's basically what I'm saying. And as a person that loves Dark Souls and Bloodborne, this is the sequel I've been waiting for, and this is why it's number 4 on my list. Man, I feel like I'm the only one doing the talking here. Not like it's my channel or anything. Alrighty, so Scott, are you ready for the salt to pour in now?
Well, I'm not actually Sky, and I'm not actually Yugo. Now, yes, I am ready for the salt to pour in. Salt is
Because
about 99% of my life, so it's a little more, eh?
Alrighty, so I'm ready for the salty comments of my 2 subscribers to come pouring in, as my top 3 are not, it's not what you're expecting. Unless you know me, then you're kind of expecting my number 1. But number 3, I'm ready for the tears and the salt to pour in. Legend of Zelda's Breath of the Wild is number 3 because it's on the Switch. That's about it. I'm not ashamed. I have no shame actually. Um, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is a fun, beautiful game. As a person that has yet to beat a Legend of Zelda game, and still yet, found this game fun and more fluid compared to the Arcania of Time and any other. Actually, no. I'd say it's less fluid than Arcania of Time because I played Arcania of Time on the Wii, and you can't get more fluid than your own hand motions. That's kind of true. But a fun, beautiful game that really helps round out some of the highlights of the Legend of Zelda series. And Scott, I mean, not actually Hugo. I mean, dang it. I mean, the guy I'm commentating with. You know what? Guess what I found out?
What?
Zelda's actually the girl. Oh my gosh, I know, right? The guy's name apparently is
Wait, are
Link.
you serious? Are you actually serious right now?
The
Please tell me
guy's
you're not
name
being
is
serious
Link.
right
It
now.
it actually took me it actually took me a couple of minutes of research and a smash mouth of the Legend of Zelda rap to figure that out. It was a pretty shocking evolution there. That Zelda wasn't the dude's name.
You know, when I was 6, I figured that out.
I'm figuring it out now. This is why this game's number 3. I didn't know Link was the guy's name. I'm kidding. I knew that. I knew that. I've lost all the confidence of my viewers, haven't I? And your silence proves that. Number 2, Jumpman Mario Odyssey. Now, there's nothing really wrong with Mario Odyssey except maybe its difficulty because it's pretty easy. But the Mario series always holds a special part in my heart, because Papa Nintendo I was raised on, and he has yet to feed me with anything good except with Mario. Mario Odyssey's fun platforming game, not better than Crash Bandicoot, but you know, the special ability of taking over a Goomba with a hat and using a Goomba to solve difficult Mario puzzles is actually pretty hilarious. And for those of you wondering, this does not include Mario and Rabbids. It does not. This is explicitly just Mario Odyssey, not Mario Rabbids.
Little known fact, the Goomba has one of the highest kill rates for Mario. In fact, on World 1-1, that Goomba has killed Mario more times than Bowser ever has or will.
That is
Reason why is because somebody was probably gone and making a sandwich.
true. I'm gonna set down my controller real quick. Oh, that Goomba, dang it! But seriously, Mario Odyssey, beautiful music, beautifully graphically. Just another Mario game that's better than Galaxy. That just really turned out well. But one thing I will add for number 2, I will allow a slight wedge in for Mario Kart 8. That game is fun and family dividing and friendship breaking game. think I've lost zero friends because I have none, due to that game. But if you had friends and you played against them in Mario Kart, you probably lose your friend. Probably. But time to reveal my number one game of the year for
Well, how
2017.
about no?
Oh, yeah. Let's go to the Wall of Honors first. The games that were.
Yeah. Let's just extend the video some more, why
Yeah,
don't we?
yeah. 1 second. I'm gonna go grab this iodized salt here and pour it on my tongue as Call of Duty 2 and Destiny 2 aren't number one. Ah, salt, delicious. Let's go through this. For Honor, a great game that started off wonderful, but Ubisoft, as usual, chokes near the high point of games, and then it gets boring. They will never learn their lesson, will they? Marvel vs. Capcom, Injustice 2, Tekken 7, and ARMS were great arena fighters, but that's about it. Nothing really came of them in storyline, really. I mean, sure, there's a storyline in Injustice 2, but I was more worried about me as Dr. Light punching Batman in the face. That's what I was more concerned with, anyway. But Nihog, again, a great game that ended up on a Kickstarter that was really nice to see it grow. As you fence your way through it's a really nice 1v1 game you can play with your friends. As you fence your way, making it through level after level, seeing who can get to the end of the arena first, trying to avoid each other's contact. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, as the person whose favorite platform is Crash Bandicoot, loves this game, but to a degree. Because one reason, and one reason only, this game is not on the top 10. Hitboxes don't exist. They just don't. They don't. I will literally walk
What's
up.
a hitbox?
I don't go to Crash Bandicoot to ask. This game was hard, harder than I don't know. It's the hardest game I've mentioned so far. Harder than any game I've mentioned so far. It is absolutely difficult, insane. Insane.
No.
Okay. Um, insane, and it's
No.
it's graphically beautiful, but hitboxes, what are they? What are they? But as a person that's enjoyed the famous platform Crash Bandicoot, my personal favorite, this was just. eh. Let's skip the one I misspelled here. Resident Evil Biohazard 7. A great spoopy game I would recommend if it's on sale, to buy and spoop your friends with and enjoy the story, if you will, and just have fun. Is there any easy ones I could knock out first before the salt continues to pour in? Assassin's Creed Origins, you're on the pecking order. Lowest on the pecking order here. Um, fun game.
Below Mr. Popo.
uh, gosh, he's the only person that's immune to salt. He
He
is.
is the salt. What are you talking about? Now, what about Assassin's Creed Origins?
I have not played Assassin's Creed Origins, so please don't get mad at me. Hey, it's on Xbox, so I mean, give me some credit. It's probably another good Assassin's Creed game with new updated features and abilities like Hawk or something, or bow and arrows
And a
actually being.
giant map.
Yeah. Um, it's fun and no guns this time. Look at that. We're making improvements. No guns. Um, But Assassin's Creed Origins, because of my and Monsieur Not Hugo lack of gameplay, we didn't get to enjoy it to its fullest. It looks graphically beautiful, and from what Rad Brad has played through, I've probably beaten the game already knowing him. The graphics and the gameplay seem very fluid and beautiful. Just not, just not top 10 worthy. Alrighty, let's go for another easy
Should I
one.
talk about Prey and Destiny 2?
Just,
I
just, just,
think I
just,
should
just,
talk about Prey.
just pray, just pray. Go ahead, just pray.
Alright. Well, see, there's this game called Prey, one of my personal favorites. The graphics, just astoundingly beautiful. The setting is again masterful. Well done.
We tip our
The
hats to you,
story
Bethesda.
is great, something you'd expect from Bethesda, but the pacing is just a little off. It goes too slow. However, everything else is just perfect.
Sadly, it's not going to make the Wall of It made the Wall of Honors and not the top 10 because, well, I personally haven't played it.
We're
And
playing it for
two,
the story. There's not much else to play it for.
personally, I haven't played it with. And there's reasons why it's on the Hall of Honors as well. Is because competition, when it compared to the other games I've mentioned beforehand, it just didn't make it. Another easy one. Star Wars Battlefront. EA sucks at making video games, except sports ones, because FIFA. Yeah. So, what was the problem with this game
There
again?
isn't much to say about this that hasn't already been said in
Go on Reddit. You'll find
turn.
all the tears and anger you want. Um, I love Star Wars. Saw the Last Jedi. Gonna see it again because it's an awesome dude. It's a nice Star Wars game, but then the meddling of money grabbing, overhanding, reaching game developers, um, developers, kind of meddles in. Want to play as Darth Vader? Spend some money, spin that wheel, spin that slot machine. Oh, you didn't get Darth Vader, the character you only want to play as? You didn't want to get Boba Fett, the coolest and most badass character in Star Wars? Yeah, no. Gotta spin that slot machine to get it. No. Eventually, with EA, the more money you pour in is not worth what you're getting out. And that sadly happened with Battlefront 2. But who cares about that? Net neutrality is about to die, or is dead, whatever it is. It's gonna die. Another easy one, easy one. Wolfenstein 2, yeah, you're lower on the pecking order than these two. As a person that's new to the Wolfenstein series and only got to play Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus for a little bit, and who has yet to play Wolfenstein The New Order, the one before this, Wolfenstein's a great series and all, and killing Nazis is always a bonus in how to get on my good side. But that's about it. Good story, nice weapon design, something you would expect out of Bethesda if they did nothing but stories and not, Fallout 4, and not screw that up. But this Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus would have made my top 10 if I got to play it more, and Bethesda wasn't overreaching on DLC and, you know, Bethesda. Alrighty, so you want to flip a coin on which one we should tackle first? COD or Dest?
Destiny 2.
Destiny 2. I have yet to play this beautiful game because of the title. It's Destiny, and I'm expecting one thing: grinding. But I'm not gonna assume anything. I'm with the person that have actually played
This
this
thing
game.
grinds harder than a stripper at a strip club.
So I'm gonna give this to this person that actually played the game.
One of the greatest parts about Destiny 2 is the graphics. The story is very good, but it's Destiny, and therefore grinding is in order. Now, Destiny 2 is great. You can grind in PvP, but not only can you grind in PvP, but also PvE. Yeah.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Yay!
Fireworks in the background if you can't see them.
One second, I gotta go edit that in. Oh wait, it's OBS, so no.
Come on, man, get some new software.
No.
Well, that's about it. That's yeah.
It's Destiny, and with Destiny, you're gonna love, but eventually you'll be playing aimlessly just to get a legendary gun of your choice. Should have bought that rocket launcher for $100 at the GameStop store.
I
Or,
don't think they actually sold it for money at the store.
well, it was at the one here. They did. They had it for about. They had two for 100.
Dang.
So I don't know if it's because the manager said he had it and he never opened it. So I mean, maybe he's just selling it to sell it for his own personal sake. But hey, what you gonna do? Alrighty, so the big one. Let's just skip. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Call of Duty World War II. Yay! It's just there, to be honest. As a person that enjoyed the Call of Duty franchise from Black Ops 2 and nothing further, um, Call of Duty World War II was there. Nothing really stuck out really. Of course, the main thing is killing Nazis, which is always fun, but a short campaign and a poisonous community leads to poisonous multiplayer. Um, just reading the Steam review page for this game will take you down a laughing stock of just pure salt. And maybe the game doesn't deserve it because it's overhyped, because all Call of Duty games are overhyped. It's just that this time, like Ghost, really, it was unbearable amount of salt pouring from the reviews, Reddit, IGN, the Steam review page, nothing but salt. And as a person who's glad he didn't spend $80 for pre-ordering or whatever, I'm pretty glad I didn't do this. I'm glad I'm done with Call of Duty. I've made peace with this franchise. Now, I think that's all the salt-infested giants we could tackled, right?
So it is.
And now to reveal number one. Oh wait, I accidentally flipped to the next page, so you guys actually already know. But games of 2016 that still deserve much, much love and appreciation, where they either set up for their own personal franchises or set the standard for 2017. For me personally, these are the top games of 2016 because I didn't have a channel yet in 2016 that I still play and enjoy today. Persona 5 was a beautiful storytell game with you personally adding your own design to your own characters as you play through the story, making your stands even possible. That's a JoJo Bizarre Adventure joke. As a person who's new to the Persona series, Persona 5 is probably the worst point to join on, but I still enjoyed the heck out of it, and I replayed this game over and over and over again. Overwatch, the game of the year of 2016, hands down, no matter if you suck at it or not.
It's Doom.
It's Overwatch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But Overwatch has set the
Well, I
standard.
I don't actually understand why Overwatch is so alluring. Like the characters aren't even that good.
Shut
It
up.
doesn't have a story.
Shut up. Neither does Doom. You're killing creatures until you reach the end. Hmm.
Well, yeah, at least it has a story and a multiplayer.
Overwatch hands down is the game of the year because of what it means, and it shocked the franchise. Even though your older PlayStation fans may not appreciate it because
It
Xbox really did
unfairly
different.
killed Battleborn.
It accidentally killed almost anything. Overwatch is still fun. Each character is very unique. I don't know what the latest DLC to that game is, so I'm not gonna worry about it. But
It's
Overwatch.
probably Mr. the Golden Fister himself.
um, it's fun. I come back to it here and there. But I'm too distracted by the number one game of the year. Stardew Valley recently getting a new upcoming update, which will allow multiplayer in January. It really should be on my list of 2017 since I bought it in 2017, but I'm not going to worry about that. Stardew Valley is a great farming game, a game that you can chillax and play casually. Huh? Get it? Because casual Friday, even though it's a Tuesday.
Yeah, it's a Tuesday. Come on.
Even though I continue to date my videos even further. Um, it's just a nice, chillaxing game. And now for the complete freaking opposite, Doom was so good.
Arguably much better. Then then Blizzard.
And the Watchman from the Overwatch mans.
I can't forget about May. She thick.
Sorry, I'm kind of a diva main type of guy. I have very strict loyalty towards diva.
Ew.
Hey, I like holding the right trigger. That's all I want to do.
Easy game. Oh yeah, because you're in a giant machine. Who does?
But Doom, you can't beat it. It's so good. I don't even care about the story. It's just Doom. Ah, sorry, I'm not doing anything wrong. Total War Warhammer 1, of course, plagued by normal CA problems such as, rigged multiplayer. Um, its predecessor Warhammer 2 would take everything wrong with this game and fix it up. But with additional to new DLC to the game because CA loves money more than it loves its fan base, Warhammer 1 is still a game I often come back to because of the modding community more than anything. Super hope. Super hope. Super hope. A game that you can slice bullets with a katana. I am instantly sold and wish I played it more. 2016 should have showed more love to Super Hot, because it's obviously the better game than Doom, obviously. Stopping time, slicing bullets, moving your way through puzzles after puzzles, Super Hot is amazing. And now for a game we both enjoyed, Titanfall 2. Even though it's not better than Overwatch. Titanfall 2 is a very fluid shooter, probably the best shooter coming out of
Better
2016.
than Overwatch.
Okay, alrighty. Fine. Alright, let's leave Overwatch out of this. I'm gonna put something new in. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Alrighty, can we repair Titanfall out of that now? Just leave Overwatch out of the picture for now?
No, I'm not letting Overwatch go. You can't so easily.
Come on, I'm making fun of Call of Duty. Come on, please.
Well, that's not hard, now is it?
No. Titanfall
But
2.
Titanfall 2 was one of the best shooters to ever come out of 2016, with very fluid movement and being very mobile with the classical giant mech. You couldn't go wrong with it, except for the fact that Titanfall, its predecessor, sort of killed it before it even launched, which was a little disappointing since I had much love for both.
Titanfall 2, and with an addition to a single player campaign, was a beautiful game, just overshadowed by some later competition.
The single player campaign was very good. In fact, it even left room for the sequel. Well, or maybe just a new DLC.
It's gonna be a sequel. I'm betting a sequel.
I don't
Titanfall
know.
3.
Titanfall 2 is actually pretty famous for giving out free DLC.
Free LC? Sorry. Still not better than
Mine's
Overwatch.
actually
Still not better than Overwatch. In 2016, a lot of these games dictated and set the standard for 2017. And if you look at the long list of Wall of on the long words, if you look on the list of Wall of Honors, you can see which games failed to meet the standard and which games either did just enough to get by or overachieved really. And now, without further ado, the only game that's literally left for me to pick as number one, I present to you Brandon's Game of the Year. There's nothing wrong with Cuphead, and if you think I'm wrong, you're the one who's living in a hole and is wrong. Cuphead, game of the year. There's nothing wrong with it at all. You can't even make a point. Scott, I would love to see you try and make a blasphemous point against Cuphead.
It's too hard.
In the words of Matt Pat, get good. Get good.
We both know that Matt Pat doesn't write his theories anymore.
That's what the B team is for while he goes on trips with his wife. Alrighty, I need a new FNAF theory, and I'm gonna wait a year and a half so I can do my Doctor Who video. So chop chop. Cuphead is an absolutely beautiful and glamorous game, and if it's not on your top 10, then your top 10 is incomplete. Who doesn't love a shooting, boss rush, run and gun, 1930s themed gambling casino boys Cuphead theme? There is nothing wrong with this video game. The music and artwork is absolutely breathtaking. The gameplay is fluid. What can hurt you is clearly in the picture. What's saturated in the back clearly won't bother you. It has memorable bosses with memorable themes. All bosses have their own themes, by the way. That's why they almost went bankrupt just making music and art for this game. The gameplay is fluid, and some people may complain about the difficulty. Gamer journalist, but that's their own fault. They need to get good. Eventually, you will beat this game, hands down. You will memorize the patterns of the bosses. As a person who's beaten the game and is now running through this, I still find enjoyment of beating every single boss I can. Even heck, there's a passive run for you for those lamos out there. Cuphead is an absolute delight, and it's $20. A game of this quality compared to the other failures of 2017, Call of Duty, Destiny 2, it's only $20, not the 80 or $60 you spend on a new game every single year. And it's probably not going to go on sale because it didn't go on sale on Cyber Monday when I got it. But Cuphead is an absolute delight. And I recommend it to literally everyone because if you've have a conversation with me for like the past month, that's literally the only thing I can't stop talking about. Cuphead is my game of the year for music, gameplay, and overall story as you play two lovable scamps, Cuphead and Mugman, as they try to find a way to get out their horrid contract with the devil, and also Dice Dice King, best boss, Dice Man, best boss. Without further ado, I will rest my case. I hope you enjoyed me and not actually Hugo, who's not going to say anything because he knows I'm going to roast him if he makes any mention of Cuphead being bad. Hope you've enjoyed my top 10 games of the year, which the year is 2017.
Tenfold 2 is better than Overwatch, not Cuphead. They're two different genres.
2017 has had many ups and downs throughout not only the world of video games, but in the actual world. And it's nice to focus on one part of the world that actually succeeded. And that part of the world is Cuphead and nothing else. Nothing else. I hope you enjoyed my top 10 2017. Me and Hugo are actually going to have a nice casual Friday on a Tuesday. Hope to catch you guys there. Hope you enjoy. This is Alexandrian Pie signing off.